appreciate it. We have a 15 or 20 minute program that we promised to get everybody back in the shade as soon as we can. We're here to celebrate and say thanks to some really important people today for the exciting things and progress that's going on here at Wildwood. It's not something we ever take for granted, but before we get started, I just want to say hello and note some of our assembly members who are here today. Assembly member John McDonald, Assembly member Kenny Warner, and Assembly member and Wildwood Dad Angelo Santa Barbara, and Michael. So today we're going to give everybody an opportunity to talk about Wildwood and the importance of it, and it's our way to say thank you to some of our best friends in the Assembly and how much they've advocated for us, and to kind of carry that along is our Executive Director, Mary Ann Allen.
So welcome and especially thank you to all of you. This is our summer extension program of our school because we believe very strongly that kids should be kids even when they need 12-month supports in terms of therapy and educational programming. So for years and years we have operated this site out of trailers that we bought used 30 years ago and out of porta johns. And 3 years ago, this whole area was just a wide open field, and you can imagine the chaos of 60 buses coming in here every morning and leaving in the afternoon with no barrier between the children and those big vehicles except our staff. And everybody kept their hearts in their throat all of the time. And the runoff from the mountains had cracked the foundation of the one lodge building that we have, which provides shelter in inclement weather for everybody. So we were in danger of losing that as well. Our staff and our families envisioned a series of changes that we then set about to fundraise for because we don't receive public support for any of the facilities costs of this site. We do receive support from state ed for our school building on Curry Road, but for this outdoor site and the ability to teach children outdoor skills, we don't receive public support. So with your help, we have been able to, and I can't thank, it's extraordinary that our entire Capital Region Assembly delegation pulled together. People came out and visited the camp 2 summers ago, and then they together went to the Speaker of the Assembly and asked that if there were any discretionary capital funding that ever came available, whether we and our site could be considered for some of that. And as a result of that, this past year we were notified that we received a $250,000 grant from the New York State Economic Development Corporation. That has enabled us to put this traffic circle in, to regrade the runoff so that it now drains over in a runoff pool on the other side of the site, no longer hits the foundation. We were able to repair the foundation, re-side the lodge. We've been able to put a new septic system in. We have a new bathroom building with permanent bathrooms, and our staff is so grateful because most of the students require assistance with their toileting needs, and that's very difficult to manage, even for a single person in a porta john. So that's been such a gift. And then at the end of this camp season, we will be replacing that trailer, which is our nursing building, with a permanent nursing and administration building that hopefully will be ready by the start of camp next year and will then provide some additional shelter for us in inclement weather. So you guys have worked miracles that we have hoped for 30 years to be able to do, and I can't thank you enough. And with that, I'm going to introduce Assemblyman John McDonald.
Thank you, Mary Ann, and I guess the old adage, there is strength when numbers come together, and that's what I was so pleased when we were first approached, and to look at this as a cooperative effort of the Assembly to help support this funding. And I have to tell you, I've had the privilege, as Mary Ann knows, to work with Wildwood for a long period of time. I see the great work that they do. I see the great work that all the staff does, but what's more important is to see it in the kids, to see that they're having every opportunity possible to make sure that they live a all can be proud of. I really want to especially thank our boss, Speaker Carl Hasty, who understands it, who gets it. As Marianne knows, and those who are with us, these opportunities don't come too often. So we hit it at the right time, but we did it for the right purpose, and I am very pleased to be here today to share with my colleagues in this great event. Thank you.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce Assemblymember Fink.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. It is a pleasure to be here, pleasure to have worked with you, and it's always a pleasure to work with my colleagues. We've come together on a number of issues, and we recognize that this is a regional effort, a regional benefit. Proud to be in the 109th, interestingly enough. This is in the 109th district. But it is a true partnership, and I want to echo Assemblyman McDonald's comments on thanking the speaker, because it does take his leadership to recognize that these are initiatives that cross boundaries and are important. And I have to commend you, Marianne, not just for your advocacy, but also I'm always amazed at how much when we have done grants like this, public-private partnerships like this, the leveraging of the money, what you just rattled off for $250,000, makes me think we should be roping you into a few other projects to steer. So huge kudos for what you have been able to leverage, and just tell me it touches my heart. So it is so important for all children to be outdoors, and particularly our most needy. I feel good just being out here. So thank you, everybody. Thank you.
By the way, did everyone notice the artwork done by Class 13 and some other friends?
All right.
Thank you. And the beautiful sign for Class 16. Class 16, good job. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Assemblymember Warner. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. It makes me want to go back to camp. You know, I think most of us can remember how excited we were to get on the bus to go to camp in the summer, to swim in the pool and learn and swim in the pond and kayak or canoe, and you know it's just a great childhood experience, and everyone should have access to that. And to see what you all have built here, and the number of children that you serve, is really, really heartwarming. And I'm so grateful that we were able to help you with some resources to make this facility even better, and to correct some things that have been threatening it for quite a while. And I want to echo what my two colleagues have both said. One, wow, you make a dollar go far.
We have wonderful community
You make
partners.
a dollar go far. And then secondly, I'd like to thank the speaker and the assembly in general. This is we value families, all families, and this is a great example of how our communities support the families in the capital region. So it's a pleasure to be here. It was a pleasure to work with my colleagues to make sure that you have the resources that you need. Thank you very much.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce a friend and a Wildwood parent and a good friend in the assembly, Assemblyman Santa Barbara, and Michael.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the invitation. It's great to be here. It's always great to visit the school. It's always great to visit Camp Wildwood. As you know, my son is part of Camp Wildwood, and he has just embraced this model of learning. And you're showing the world here how learning can happen outside the classroom, how kids can experience things and learn in so many different ways. You're showing people that your disability does not define you. It certainly does not define my son or anybody that goes to the school. And we're celebrating another milestone here, and hopefully there's many more to celebrate. But I do want to thank the staff here at Wildwood. This is what makes Wildwood so special. The staff that works here. Let's give a big round of applause. You're making a difference. And I colleagues will tell you, we had a big win in the assembly this year and in the state budget. We finally got the recognition you deserve and the critical funding that's going to enable us to pay fair wages. That was a big win, and it took all of us to do it. Everybody standing here. I think we should give our Director of Works another round of applause. And thank you for what you do here in Wildwood. You're an inspiration not only to the families that attend here, the kids that attend here, but to the more than 128,000 New Yorkers with developmental disabilities across New York State. That's a big number, that's a lot of families, and you're inspiring others to show what can be done when we make smart investments like this from the Assembly. And look, you have 50 years of empowerment behind you. So we can do more. Together, we can do more. It is 50 years this year. That's what makes it so special. Let's hear it for 50 years for Wildwood.
Yeah.
And it just shows what we can accomplish together. And my son has just made tremendous progress here. And it's as you can see, he was not able to attend these events with me years ago, but now he's able to do that. So I want to say thank you for taking care of my son. You're doing this for so many families. You're helping. You've been providing more opportunities. You've been unlocking potential. You've been doing so much more. And he's really excited to be here, and that's good. That's good that he's excited to be here. But I do want to thank you. In the Assembly, we're going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep being a voice for kids like Michael, for those that don't have a voice, for the kids that attend here, for the 128,000 New Yorkers with developmental disabilities. I know my colleagues and I are behind this, as you heard, the speakers behind this. So we can do more together. This is not the end. Although we celebrate, it's not the end. We can do more, and we will do more. And I think that there's more legislation, there's more funding we can support, and I know my colleagues and I are anxious to get back and do that work. So with that, thank you, Wildwood. Thank you for everything you do. God bless all of you. God bless your families, and God bless Wildwood. Thank you. Michael. Anything around it, okay? All right.
Thank you, Assemblyman. And now to close out, and very fittingly close out our brief program today, our Programs Board Vice President, a Wildwood parent, and a donor, our friend Joe Fitzgerald.
Thank you for coming out today, especially our Assembly members. I noticed yesterday in the Sunday Times Union, the time capsule, celebrating the 50 years of Camp Wildwood, yesterday's Times Union. It talked about running this program on a budget of $2,550. I have you take a look at this after my remarks.
That's where Mary Ann learned her
That's
budget.
where I learned my budget. As a parent, as a donor, and as a special needs parent like the Assemblyman, I'm truly honored to represent all the parents here today and look forward to the occasion when those trailers are gone, when the Nursing Administration Building will take its place here to my left. And I look forward to that day next spring when we can open that building. So thank you for all coming. Thank you for your support, and we'll continue to do our very best for Wildwood. Have a great day.
That concludes our formal program, everybody. Once again, can we get a nice round of applause for our friends in the Assembly? And if anybody would like to stick around and would like a tour of the camp, I'd be happy to do that. But thanks for coming. Get yourself some shade.
Grab a water bottle.
If you want to see those famous restrooms, feel free. You can't build a nursing administration building without that.